This series is not meant to be an accurate representation of the current NASCAR Cup Series. This is a fictional series, ran on NR2003 for enjoyment. I hope you enjoyed today's race. Welcome back to the NR2003 simulation season, where today we are racing at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, a 1-mile flat racetrack that closely resembles a bigger Martinsville is where we're at today. New Hampshire has evolved over the years from being a track where the bottom was the place to be. Now the preferred racing lane is in the middle. These drivers are prepared and ready. Practice yesterday. Kyle Busch with the pole. And the fastest driver in practice was actually his brother, Kurt Busch. Kurt is starting in the top 10 today. A lot of cloud cover this afternoon will create very good racing here in New Hampshire. The cooler temperatures, it is only 72 degrees here in New Hampshire this afternoon. Rain in the area, but it is supposed to miss the racetrack, so we're hoping to get the whole race in this afternoon. With that said, we're going to take you trackside and get the engines fired for the race today in New Hampshire.
I have never been more excited to say 4 words. Drivers, start your engines!
Engines fired, we're ready to go. Starting lineup for today's race. Kyle Busch on pole. AJ Allmendinger in the second position. AJ has not gone to victory lane since Phoenix earlier in the season. This track very similar to Phoenix in the fact that it is very flat. So AJ showed some speed in practice and in qualifying. Coming off of turn number 4, pace car is going to head for pit lane and put the field in the hands of Kyle Busch. Down into the restart zone, green flag in the air. We're racing in New Hampshire. Good jump for Kyle Busch off the start. Down into turn number 1 they go. Aerial coverage here. Looking a little further back in the field. Looks like some 3 wide, 2 wide action. Ricky Stenhouse all the way up on the top side. Ricky actually likes this track a lot. Christopher Bell, another one who has performed really well here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It looks like there might have been a little bit of contact with Ricky Stenhouse and Eric Almirola. Almirola had won this race last year. Down the front straightaway they go. Still going to be 3 wide. Almirola, Justin Haley, right behind him. Some hard racing going on here. Looks like they're going to get that sorted out. Almirola going to drop in behind Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson making a move in the back of the pack. Field starting to single file out a little bit here. At the front of the field, it is still all Kyle Busch. Right now sporting about a half a second lead on AJ Allmendinger. William Byron up front. William has had a rough season. We talk about him, it seems like, every week. When is it going to turn around for that 24 car? Because it has been a rough run for William Byron. Ty Gibbs, another driver, he's making his first Cup Series start at New Hampshire today. Ty raced at Daytona but was involved in the big one, ruining his chances to have a good day there. Ty driving a fifth entry for Joe Gibbs. Trying to get a little bit of experience. Racing still pretty hard through the middle of the pack and towards the back of the pack. Hometown hero Ryan Preece, he's from Connecticut. Here he is racing today. Won the modified race that they had here yesterday. But Ryan struggling right now in that 15 machine. A little bit of pressure for AJ Allmendinger from Kevin Harvick behind him. Harvick has been catching the 16 the last few laps here. Take a look at some of the fastest lap times. Kyle Busch with a 30.417. There goes Kevin Harvick taking a look to the inside of AJ Allmendinger, but we talked about on the top of the show that the middle lane is actually where you want to be. The bottom of the racetrack is actually not the fastest way around. See Harvick putting a lot of pressure on AJ right now, running a little bit of a higher lane, trying to do the cutback on exit. Looks like Harvick will be there with that cutback. Looking to the inside of AJ Allmendinger down into turn number 1. AJ looks like he might cut him off a little bit. He did. Harvick will have to fall back in line behind AJ and set the pass up again. Passing very difficult here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway because of the way that the racetrack is. Passing is at a premium. You have to get all you can get on the restarts and hope that your pit crew can help you out on pit road and maybe get you a couple spots, but as you can see right here, Harvick having a tough time working over AJ Allmendinger. Oh, while they battle, Kyle Busch, he is just motoring away right now. Looking in his rearview mirror, seeing those two fight. Kyle looking for his second win of the season. His other win coming at COTA. His only win this season. One of the strongest drivers so far this season is the 48 of Alex Bowman, and right behind him, Brad Keselowski. Keselowski leading the points right now. Keselowski winning at Daytona. So Keselowski with 1 win, Alex Bowman with 3. And then you take a look at the 8 of Tyler Reddick right behind them. Reddick has 2 wins, 1 last week in Indianapolis. A guy struggling today, Kyle Larson. Larson has not been back to victory lane since Texas. Has been there, has had speed, but has not gone back to victory lane. And today it's not looking like it's going to happen either, as he is struggling as he's riding behind Martin Truex Jr., another driver who we had marked at the beginning of the season as a driver who was going to be very, very competitive everywhere we went. And Martin Truex has not shown a lot of speed yet this season. We are over halfway, so Truex definitely going to have to pick it up if he wants to be in that playoff picture and battle for a championship. Right now battling hard with Kyle Larson. Looks like we have a battle here for the 7th position. Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney, but that battle looks like it is going to be settled out. Passing is so difficult here in New Hampshire. See a battle up here between Hamlin and Byron. Denny Hamlin working over William Byron right now. Hamlin won at Darlington. Has had success here in New Hampshire as well. Kyle Busch is still your leader. Kyle has won here multiple times, so a track that Kyle Busch knows very well how to get around. And he's showing it right now, over a 1-second lead right now over AJ Allmendinger and Kevin Harvick. Other driver having a pretty good day. Bubba Wallace, the 23, has picked it up over the last little while. Showing some glimmers of speed, which is great confidence for Bubba Wallace and that 2311 team. With the 45 going to Victory Lane and Auto Club, that is their last time that they've been to Victory Lane. Toyota as a whole has actually struggled this season. Toyota only has 3 wins this season, so Toyota definitely looking for more than that. And they expect more than that from their drivers. Chevy has 10 wins this season. The winningest manufacturer in the Cup Series this season is Chevrolet. Ford has 5. There goes the other 2311 car, able to get around Ryan Blaney. So Kurt Busch, he may be on the move as Kurt moves up to the 7th position. Kyle Busch comes across the start-finish line to get lap number 23. A driver that has really struggled this season is Chris Buescher. The 17 car has just consistently not shown speed every week, and it's unfortunate for Chris, especially because Brad Keselowski is doing so well. When you take a look at results and how drivers are doing, Chris Buescher is actually not under contract after the end of the season, so Chris definitely has to pick it up if he wants to be able to stay in this 17 car and keep his seat at RFK. It just does not look good when you have one car running super well, winning races and leading the point standings, and then your other car is finishing in 35th and below. So Chris definitely has to pick it up this season. Just has been struggling all season long. Alex Bowman battling with teammate Chase Elliott. That pass was for the 16th position. Bowman did complete that pass. Some more battles up ahead. Almirola battling with Stenhouse. But passing so hard here at New Hampshire. Battle still continues for second place. Harvick just not able to get around the 16 machine. Denny Hamlin got a little bit loose off of turn number 4. Look at the time that he actually lost to William Byron. So a lot of time lost for Hamlin. Almirola now has reversed roles with Stenhouse, and he's on the outside now. He will be able to complete that pass. Ahead of him, Bubba Wallace completed a pass on the number 3 machine. So Bubba Wallace now being shown in 10th position, running top 10. So both 2311 cars in the top 10 today. We are waiting on some pit lane action here. Cars do have to make one pit stop. Kurt Busch looking to the outside of Ross Chastain. He might be able to get there. Looks like he might be down the straightaway. Chastain's still clear by quite a bit. Kurt way up the racetrack with Blaney looking to his inside. Those two guys battling. They've been battling lap after lap after lap. Kurt finally got around the 12 of Blaney, but was not able to run away from him. Denny Hamlin battling with William Byron again. Byron is going to hold strong on the outside. All the while, Kyle Busch out front. Feel really strung out now. Not a lot of passing going on. Kind of a normal New Hampshire race. Taking a look at the fastest laps again. Kyle Busch still top of the board. Kevin Harvick second. Denny Hamlin third. William Byron fourth. And AJ Allmendinger is in fifth. So the top 5 cars are the fastest cars on the racetrack. car on the move is actually Eric Almirola. He's now gotten to the outside of Bubba Wallace. He'll complete that pass. So Almirola is on the move. As we talked about, Almirola won this race last year. It was actually in the dark. The race got delayed because of rain. This track does not have lights, so NASCAR decided they were going to go for it. And they raced until they couldn't race anymore. It was dark out, and Eric Almirola went to victory lane that night. One of those odd moments in NASCAR. You can see Eric Almirola trying to work his way towards the front now. Working on the bottom of Joey Logano, but then again, passing's so difficult, and now Almirola is going to be stuck on the bottom and more than likely get passed quite a bit from cars on the outside of him. And there goes Bubba Wallace, working on the outside of the 10. Passing near impossible today. We have not seen much passing at all. Kyle Busch still leading. Do have some cars coming to pit lane now. Chase Elliott, one of them. Harvick is another, so Kevin Harvick pulling the trigger before the other guys riding up the front of the field, so be curious to see how this is going to work. Harvick looks like he's only going to take 2 tires, and he is off. Kyle Busch is in this time. So when Kevin Harvick pitted, Kyle Busch knew that he had to pit. If Kyle waited another lap, it could have potentially been bad for the 18. Looks like he's going to be doing the same. 2 tires and he is away. So that was a pretty quick stop for Kyle Busch. He had a pretty big lead to begin with. And he is going to come out on track in no man's land by himself. And look at how far back Kevin Harvick is. Harvick way back. Hamlin has actually moved his way to 3rd on that pit stop. Bubba Wallace, he's going to gain a couple spots on pit lane. Daniel Suarez, our Kansas winner. Oh, we got a problem for Joey Logano. Logano through the grass. Looks like he's coming back to pit lane. Something wrong on a 22, and there goes Joey Logano's day. A problem for the 22. He will come back down pit lane. We're going to get an update on why Logano is on pit lane. Tire down on a 22. So that detrimental for Joey Logano, who has not been back to victory lane since Las Vegas. Actually has Team Penske's only win of the season. So not very good. Speaking of Team Penske, here's Ryan Blaney. Blaney's still riding around Kurt Busch. These guys have been battling all race long. Blaney being shown in the 8th position right now. Pure domination from Kyle Busch today. Has not put a tire wrong. And the 18 car still out front. There's Alex Bowman alongside Logano. Joey now being shown a lap down. Not going to be a good points day for the two top guys in the series, Bowman and Keselowski. These two guys are all the way back. '24th and 26th. So not a very good points payout for these guys this afternoon. This is a mess of race cars here. We've got Larson, Bell, Truex, Harrison Burton, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott. All these guys battle pretty hard. Chase Elliott looking to the inside of Austin Cindric. This battle is for right around 16th position. Coming down to the end of this race. Guys racing pretty hard. Top 10 position right now, RCR. Austin Dillon racing with Eric Almirola closely behind. Harvick and Hamlin racing together right now. But it's all Kyle Busch. He's going to get 3 laps to go. Kyle Busch right around into turn number 3 now. We'll see 2 to go this time by. Three wide action here. Chase Briscoe. Looks like a little bit of contact with Cole Custer. Justin Haley takes advantage of that, moves around the outside of all of them. They get that all sorted away. 2 laps to go. White flag in the air for Kyle Busch. A very quiet race where passing was near impossible. The 18 car dominated all day long. They should have plenty of gas this time for a burnout. Off of turn number 4, Kyle Busch, dominating fashion, will win in New Hampshire. Great run for Kyle Busch. That Joe Gibbs Racing Team and Toyota. Their 4th win of the season comes here in New Hampshire with Kyle Busch. Kyle going to come around and celebrate their win with the fans here in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And Kyle Busch goes to victory lane here today in New Hampshire. A dominating performance by Kyle and the 18 team to get this win. Kyle now has 2 wins on the season with some momentum going into the end of the season. Can he carry it through as he's going to burn it down here in front of the fans here in New Hampshire? fantastic day for the 18. Absolute dominance at a track that Kyle knows very well. With this momentum, Joe Gibbs, Toyota, and Kyle Busch will be carrying this into the end of the season with their win today in New Hampshire. And that is going to do it from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We saw not the best racing here today in New Hampshire. Passing was very difficult. Drivers couldn't make passes when they needed to. And even if you had the faster race car, you couldn't get around guys in front of you because of the way that this track is. So racing very difficult today. See the unofficial results coming up now. Kyle Busch, your winner, dominated the race, led pretty much every single lap of the race besides when that pit cycle was going through. Kevin Harvick, second place, Denny Hamlin, third. Good day for William Byron. Not a good day for 48, 6, 19. These guys struggled today, partially probably because of their qualifying effort and how difficult passing was today to advance their positions. At a track where passing is difficult, it all comes down to where you qualify and how your crew does on race day in order to get you track position on the racetrack. Updated point standings, as I said, things tightening up at the top as Bowman and Keselowski had a rough day, so the field probably happy to see that those two guys who have really shown a lot of speed struggling today. Alex Bowman, of course, with 3 wins. Him struggling today is kind of came out of left field. Schedule: we are going road course racing next week, Sonoma, going all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, as we will be racing in Sonoma, California, at the road course over on the West Coast. Hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you in Sonoma.